Our Story Productions presents the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we read out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County with Bobby Ray and Sally Sue.
Thank you and welcome to the Cocklebur Morning Show. I'm Sergio Furleone. I am guest hosting this morning with the lovely and talented Cassadee Davis.
Well, thank you, Sergio. You know, when you called and asked me to co-host, I thought, who is Sergio Furleone?
Cassadee, I am the creative director of KLUK Television.
Mm-hmm.
Cassadee, you had to have read about me in Daily Boar magazine.
I must have missed that issue. I'm sorry.
Maybe you have heard of some of our upcoming shows that are sure to be a really big hit. Like, so do you think you want to be a farmhand?
No, don't know that one.
No. Huh? How about this one's going to be a surefire hit? Sweet Swine County's Got Talent.
It sounds interesting. I don't.
Maybe you remember me from the 1980 promotional I did for Magic Melt-Away.
Yes, I do remember that project. Wasn't there some scandal where?
So, Cassadee, why don't you tell us what you've been up to?
Oh, sure. I'm still working with Lonesome Ron, just yodeling cowboy. I mean, you can learn so much, and I've been enjoying that so much. But what I'm really excited about that I'm working on now, I'm doing some voice work with the Sweet Swine County's most popular children's show, Howdy Piggy.
Really?
I am the voice of Piggy. It's so exciting. I'm just having such a great time, and getting into that
is
character.
interesting. And I'm sure the folks would really like to hear about that. But why don't you go ahead and introduce our first guest?
Well, actually, first, I was thinking, since we're getting to know each other, that I could show you a great town that I have been to outside of Sweet Swine County. Maybe we could go visit sometime.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Hey, it is I, Patrick O'Shaughnessy, master storyteller, just making a few notes on a story I've been working on. Recently, as I drove through a town, I felt as though I'd come home. Though I'd never been there before, things looked familiar. It's a town rich with history and a way of life, the envy of all. The name of the town was Emmetsburg. The Irish town of Emmetsburg, Iowa welcomes you to enjoy their community. Listed on the top 100 places to live by Relocate America website, they offer numerous recreational activities including 5 Island Lake, a state park, a recreation area, and 5 city parks. History abounds, including the Palo Alto Historical Museum, Victorian on Main Museum, and the Palo Alto Heritage Center. Amenities include top-notch schools, a medical center, and a wellness center. Each year, Emmetsburg celebrates their Irish heritage with a fantastic 3-day St. Patrick's Day event. Emmetsburg welcomes you for a short stay or a lifetime. But there's more to the story. I've discovered a group that is truly making a difference, the Emmetsburg Retail Association. And what a fine group of members they have, too. Emmetsburg, Iowa, a beautiful town and the home of 5 Island Lake.
See, didn't I tell you that was a great town?
That was a really great town.
That's one to visit.
My dear, why don't you go ahead and introduce our next guest?
I would love to. From the North Iowa Tractor Ride, please help us welcome Janie Nelson. Welcome, Jamie. It's so great to meet you. We're so happy to have you here.
It's wonderful to be here.
Well, we're just glad you came in. I have so many questions. We have so many questions about this event that you do. And I hear you also work for a radio station. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
I do. I work out of Mason City at 98.7 Kiss Country. And I do marketing there. And for this, we're putting together a North Iowa tractor ride.
That's amazing.
It's a unique thing to do. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about the event? Like, where's it headed?
Where is that tractor ride headed this year?
This year we are starting in Emmetsburg at the Palo Alto County Fairgrounds, and we are kicking off the first day of their fair. So we're totally excited about that. And that's registration on July 19th, and we'll actually leave on the 20th, and we'll head for Ringstead for our morning break, and then we'll go to Esterville for lunch, and we'll overnight at Spirit Lake at the Dickinson County Fairgrounds.
So do you typically run the same route every year?
We don't. We do choose different routes each year.
And how long does it take to plan something like that? How long does it take to actually plan the route?
Oh, a year.
A year? Wow.
There's a lot of steps that go along with it, and
how long is each route typically? Is it 20 miles, 30 miles?
we run typically, I think this year our entire route's 120 miles.
Wow.
All on tractors.
And you mentioned that there's quite a few tractors involved too, right?
There is. We'll have approximately 150 tractors.
Wow, and how many riders do you normally register and they come and enjoy that?
We have 150 drivers, and then a lot of those have another driver, which we refer to as a second driver, and some of them have several second drivers. So there are probably 200 people that actually drive tractors, and then a lot of them bring their support vehicles, which their family, their grandkids, some of them have buddy seats on the back so they can, the grandkids can ride. And
so what does it take to participate in the tractor ride?
we announce our ride in January, and then you can send in your application, which is $100. And with that, you get a goodie bag from all of our sponsors. We have like this right here.
Ooh.
This was last year's ride bag. And they all put in premium items like our cups here, and this is one of our big sponsors, Auto Edge, out of Mason City. Everybody gets a
There's
t-shirt.
a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
T-shirts
They
and
all
everything.
get t-shirts.
Nice.
They all get a professional 8x10 photograph.
The years that you've done this, what's your favorite memory from the tractor ride?
Well, believe it or not, I met my husband on a tractor ride.
Oh my goodness.
I
That's
did.
a good memory to
It
make on
is.
a tractor.
So how many people does it take to put together this entire event?
There's myself and another, Tammy Ramon. She's the other event coordinator for this event. And then as far as staff goes, we have about 8 to 10 full-time staff that work throughout the ride.
How many tractors participate normally?
150 to 200.
It's just a staggering number. Like, I cannot
It is.
imagine, seeing the vision of it coming down the road and all those people together. I mean, people who maybe don't know what's going on, I bet are.
A lot of our riders, they've been with us for 11 years, and they carry candy, so it's like a parade for them.
Sure.
All the people outside watching
Sure.
along the streets.
Yep,
So.
I bet it definitely draws a crowd.
Oh,
so.
definitely.
So are there other ways that you do promotions other than maybe through the radio station so people know about it, or?
We send out a lot of press releases. Everything's on our website. All of our alumni will get a postcard letting them know when the ride's going to be, reserve the dates, because a lot of them use it for their family vacation.
Is this longer than one day event?
Oh,
or-
absolutely. We do our registration on a Thursday, which is July 19th, and then July 20th, we actually leave. Next morning on Saturday, we leave from Spirit Lake and we'll go to Grettinger for lunch, and then we'll go back to Emmetsburg for our ending ceremony.
So I heard you mentioned lunch too, and I love food. I all love good food. So what's in store for eating on the tour?
Well, each of our towns that we have a meal in, we try to work with nonprofit groups. So that's our way of giving back to the communities
What a
too,
great
and
idea.
thanking them for helping us out and hosting us.
I forgot to ask, and I can't believe it wasn't the first question out of my mouth, but who or why or how did this come to be? Like, why do you guys put this on?
Well, our company is very local. From our owners and staff, we're all local Iowa farm kids, basically. We know how important farming and agriculture is.
Definitely.
And
Yep.
this is our fun way to promote local communities and support local nonprofit groups, educate our listeners on the latest and greatest in agriculture.
Definitely celebrate that agriculture background. So if somebody wanted to learn a little bit more, get some more information, kind of pique their interest, they want to come out and check it out, how could they go about doing that?
Our website at 987kisscountry.com has all the information, or they can give me a call in our studios at 641-421-7744, and we can answer any questions.
Hey, can we possibly take a look at that T-shirt again?
Oh, heck yeah.
They are neat.
Wow.
You had to hold this up. I think this would
Isn't
look
that awesome?
like really nice. That's your color, Serge.
That's all right. You know
Does that
what?
look great or what,
That
folks?
does look
huh?
good.
And
Very
I
nice.
think you'd look good in the green.
Oh.
And I have some for the whole audience.
Wow. Do you have to have a tractor to fill out an application?
I'd probably advise it.
Do you have a tractor, Cassidy?
No, but
You can take a pedal tractor. It's got to go at least 10 miles an hour.
that just 10 miles an hour.
Has to go at least 10 miles an hour. That is a
I
requirement.
might have something that I will talk to
I think you
Lonesome
could
Ron.
pedal aspect. Well, Jamie, I realize you have to take off now. Is that your tractor outside running?
Is it a green one?
I think so.
Yeah, that'd be mine. And I had the valet pull it up, so it's a long haul back home. Gotta go.
No doubt. And thank you, Jamie, for coming. And we will see you at the 2012.
North Iowa Tractor Ride.
And we will be right back.
Good day, mates. This is Dort from Down Under. I recently took a walkabout in your part of the country, the upper Midwest. Oh, fair dinkum, you have some wonderful towns there. Let's take a squiz at a couple of them.
Storm Lake, Iowa, located in Buena Vista County, is perched on the banks of a 3,200-acre lake. Storm Lake is one of Iowa's richest, most diverse communities, with a population of about 10,600 and serving as the county seat for Buena Vista County. Storm Lake is a small city with big sophistication. Its friendly residents support an inviting community that is center for business and a favorite for travelers. Storm Lake is a year-round destination with fascinating history dating back to the days of the early settlers who began arriving in large numbers upon completion of the railroad there in 1870. At that time, Storm Lake was officially laid out on the north shore of the lake. Much of the early history is preserved in the fascinating Buena Vista Historical Society Museum, with displays including the Pioneer Main Street, along with an authentic 1870s log house. Storm Lake is home to one of the Midwest's most thriving art communities, as well as Buena Vista University. A Tyson meat packing plant and a Sara Lee turkey processing plant are also located there. Meta Bank's headquarters are located there, and other multinational businesses dot the landscape. Visitors flock to Storm Lake for year-round festivals and events that include the annual Star Spangled Spectacular on the 4th of July, and the newly developed Lake Fest scheduled later in July, and then the always well-attended Labor Day weekend celebration. Whatever brings you to the shores of Storm Lake, you'll find it hard to leave. It's a beautiful and wonderful community.
Well, if you liked that one, let's take a burl at this one.
Only a 15-minute drive from Iowa's Great Lakes region, Spencer, Iowa is an enterprising city where county charm and a modern lifestyle go hand in hand. In 1859, George E. Spencer allowed his name to be used to form the city, and in 1871, Spencer was chosen as the official county seat of Clay County. The Clay County Agricultural Society was organized in 1879 and was a significant part of the history of Spencer. In 1917, the Clay County Fair Association was formed, and since that time it has grown to be the largest and greatest county fair in the world. Spencer was ranked the 10th best place to live in the United States by RelocateAmerica.com's America's Top 100 Places to Live for 2007. One of the town's biggest attractions, Arts on Grand, offers year-round exhibits, classes, and special events. Spencer has it all: museums, theaters, sports, shopping, and great dining in a beautiful environment that provides biking and skiing trails, picturesque campgrounds, nearby golf courses, and terrific bass fishing in the surrounding lakes. With so much to recommend it, it's no wonder people are attracted to Spencer.
Well served, we're back, and wasn't that a great event?
It was.
Can't stop thinking about how fun that is going to be.
That is going to be a great time when we go, because
Yes.
you and I, we're going to have to go see that.
I think we should.
I think we should,
I definitely do. I call Lonesome Ron, we get a tractor, we can go.
I think so.
It'd be great.
It was great. And you know what? That was a great event, or a great spotlight we did. And I think it would be great if you introduced our next guest.
That would be great. So from the county of Cottonwood, the town of Mountain Lake, please help us welcome Wendy Meyer. Wendy, it's so good to have you
Nice to be here. Very nice to be here.
So, Mountain Lake, I've never been. Can you tell me about it?
Well, it's a progressive community of about 2,000 people in eastern Cottonwood County.
I see. Is there a mountain in Mountain Lake?
Well, sort of.
Really?
When the town was founded, or even before the town was founded, the first white settler, William Mason, he found what's a slough south of town, and in the middle of the slough was an island, actually two islands, a large island and a small island. And so he named the area Mountain Lake because of the slough and the islands that stuck up out of the slough. In the 1920s, after the First World War, when you were able to do a lot of farm drainage, the slough was actually drained. And so for about 30 years or so, there actually was no Mountain Lake and there was no mountain. The land was farmed. And then during the 30s, the city fathers thought there should be a lake. And so in the late 30s, a WPA project was put together, and the creek north of town was dammed. And that brought back Mountain Lake, and there's even an island in the middle of Mountain Lake, and so we have our island mountain back.
Well, speaking of history, I hear you have a pretty neat event that's been going on for some years.
That's right. We're going to be celebrating our 78th annual powwow in June.
So what is the powwow celebration all about?
The powwow celebration is a community celebration, and there's a lot of events and a lot of activities, a lot of food, something for everyone. It starts June 15th and runs through the 19th.
And is it kind of in the same area of time every year, like same weekend? Or?
Right, it's always the third weekend, and then the Monday and Tuesday of June.
So you can mark your calendars.
You can
every
mark
year.
your calendars, absolutely.
Well, speaking of having a lot of events, I see this flyer you brought, and
Right.
man, that is just full.
The major events probably are Sunday afternoon. There are road races of various lengths that attract a lot of people. Those road races were started in 1973, and so there's a 4 mile and there's a 1 mile and there's a fitness walk, and so a wide variety of ages and abilities can participate. So that's a big event. The other really big event is the parade. That's Monday evening. This year it's the 18th. Draws a lot of people, 7 o'clock in the evening.
So are there, like, if somebody goes to this, it's obviously what, a 5-day event?
It's a 5-day event. It's powwow was always traditionally on Monday and Tuesday. Back in 1923, when it was founded, it was actually just a 1-day event. It was an opportunity for the business people to entice the farmers to come into town, and they had a pig judging contest, and they would get a speaker to come and have an entertainment, a band in the evening. And it just gradually grew, and then starting, as we have more and more families, two income households and less farmers, more activities, and started moving to the weekend. And so it's kind of expanded. It really kicks off Friday night with the Miss Mountain Lake pageant. That's really the only event on Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday there are events. The carnival's in town Monday and Tuesday, not on the weekend. So it's been a 2-year event, and now it's spreading out.
So you actually bring in a carnival?
We have a carnival, yes.
How
yes.
fun is that?
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness, I bet they just love it.
The kids have a great time.
Well, speaking of, you were talking about judging beauty contests and judging pigs, and I thought you also mentioned, we were talking earlier, that there is a talent contest.
Right. That's the Tuesday night entertainment. We hold it, weather permitting, and usually it does work out, in the park where we have a band shell. And so people bring their lawn chairs and their folding chairs, or sit on the grass in their blankets and listen to the talent. It's anyone can enter. They just need to contact City Hall, the Chamber of Commerce, which is located at City Hall, and get signed up.
So are there age groups that go
Yes,
by? Or?
yes, there are age groups, under 12, teenagers,
Sure.
and then adult.
Do you have any special memory of like maybe a special fantastic talent that you saw, something that just kind of really struck you as, wow, that's different, or just really sticks with you?
Can I be biased?
Definitely.
One
You do
year,
that.
our youngest daughter sang.
And that is a memory that you're always going to
And
have.
I think she was the best, but she didn't win.
Well, you know what? You don't have to win. You don't. I think I was runner-up my first year on my first talent show.
You
Yes,
runner-up?
I was runner-up.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, I was. Believe it.
So are there food booths or something? I mean, feller could get pretty hungry after 4 days
yes,
out there.
there are food booths. We have a number of local participants. Well, we have a Christian school in town. They have a food booth. The Lutheran Church has a Lao ministry. They make egg rolls. They'll make in excess of 3,000 egg rolls, and
Oh my goodness.
they'll be gone by Tuesday. If you're not there by noon on Tuesday, you might not get an egg roll.
They're kind of famous egg rolls, huh?
Yes, and they keep increasing the number they make, but there's never enough.
Yeah.
Now, does it run from sun up to sundown, or are there certain hours that this takes place every day?
Usually by 10 o'clock, all the activities take place, or most of the activities take place either in the park or near the park. So things are usually up and running by 10 on Monday and Tuesday morning, a little later on Sunday, though this year one of the churches is having a pancake breakfast in the park, which will be
That'd
earlier.
be fun.
Well, no, Wendy, I'm sure you mentioned this, but if you didn't, I'm just getting kind of excited about all these things you're talking about. Where exactly is it located? You mentioned a park.
The park is in downtown Mountain Lake.
Okay.
So if you just come downtown, it's right off what old people would know as Old Highway 60. 60 now goes around town, but 30 years ago it went through town.
Sure, yep.
So it's a kind of, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it, absolutely not, because you're going to see the Ferris wheel sticking up through the trees, and
And probably smell that good food. Hear the
yes,
music.
indeed, yeah, yes,
Do you
indeed.
have live entertainment as well?
On Monday night after the parade, Sioux Fudu, which is a drum corps from Sioux Falls, will be performing in the park.
They are an amazing drum.
Yes,
I mean, they're
yes.
worth stopping to see.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're very good.
I just cannot believe what great fun this all sounds like. So if I need more information, I want to go through this big list
Yes.
and look at all of it and plan out, what I want to hit, and where do I go?
The poster and more information is available on the city's website.
Okay.
So we would encourage people to go there. And if they need to, they can call City Hall and ask us specific questions.
Great. We'll definitely check that out.
Definitely have to.
I think it'll be too much fun.
Well, good. We're excited to have you there. And I brought something for you and all the audience today.
And all of you lucky ducks. What are we getting?
Everybody in the audience?
Our 2012 Powwow t-shirt. Every year we do a t-shirt.
Oh,
They're always
fun.
vibrant colors. This
Yeah.
year it's orange.
Gee, look how
Yes,
nice
and
I'm gonna
everybody in the
look.
studio audience gets one. Isn't that awesome?
Wonderful.
Wow.
We are going to be so well dressed, Serge, when we go to our fun places.
We
Wear
are.
New shirts.
We
Thank
are.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Well, I'm sorry, folks. We're out of time. Wendy, I would like to thank you for being our guest.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cassadee, I would like to thank you for co-hosting.
Thank you for co-hosting. It
And
was
folks, I would like to thank you for watching.
the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories in Sweet Swine County and beyond. Bye-bye.
Bye.